Hello, hello, my wonderful friends. Welcome to another episode of Ask Coach V. What a beautiful day. We are here, me and Super Coach Ivon, ready to answer some great questions that you have for us and bring a lot of value, energy, and tactics. Hello, Coach Ivon.
Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm happy and ready for the holidays.
Yeah, nice, nice. And you know what? Today we have some great topics that we're going to cover. So, for those of you that know, you're in for a good one. For those of you that are new, joining us for the first time, Ask Coach V is the show where we do exactly what the title says. We ask Coach V. I go out on social media and Facebook groups and sometimes YouTube comments or even our own clients, and I see what are agents asking? What questions do they have? What challenges are they facing? And I pick one and I bring it here to Coach V, who, as you guys know, top agent, top coach, and the two of us have been coaching some of the top agents all over the country for years. And we bring you guys a unique perspective and conversation around these questions. So, Coach, I got some great questions for you today. Are you ready?
I'm ready, super excited. So let's get started.
All right. So, here's the first one. I'll go ahead and share my screen so you can take a look. The first question we have, I'll just go ahead and read it. They said 14% of realtors changed firms in 2024. Why do you think so many agents switched brokerages, and which brokerage is the best? Now, Coach, you know me, I'm a little bit scientifically minded and I see a percentage that's a statistic that's offered without a source. So I'm not going to back this 14%. But I will say this. We all know that a lot of agents changed and a lot of agents are changing, and agents seem to always be changing brokerages looking for something. So, whether it's 14%, 10%, or 40%, let's just focus on the question because I think it's a great conversation starter. Why do you think so many agents are switching brokerages, and which brokerage is the best?
Wonderful. So it's two question one, right? And and by the way, I agree completely that we don't know the data. So, but let's go over here because it is important. Why agent switch brokers? Well, first of all, there are many reasons. One of the reasons that I see happen a lot, Coach Yvonne, in my opinion, is they're looking for a change. They're looking to make the move thinking they're going to improve the business. And I want you all pay attention here. Listen, all of you, I love you. Everything I share with you and we share with you is out of respect, love, and contribution. So I'll say this to you guys. Wherever you go, there you are. So your broker, your company is not going to save you if you are hurting or in trouble. Isn't it true, Coach Yvonne?
It's so true, right? And I think, Coach, we see this in so many forms, right? Because, guys, look, we talk to hundreds of agents. We talk to agents every single day.
Every
And
single day.
a lot of them end up asking very similar questions. And a lot of people are looking for one thing that's going to like turn their business around. And
The
people latch,
magic pill,
yeah,
right?
people latch on to different things. For some people, it's like, I just got to find the right lead source system I can pay for, or I just got to find the best video editing software or the right CRM. Some people really see like, you know what? I just got to move brokerages and it's going to turn everything around. But what
So
we see is
true.
that it's not really like that, right?
It's not really like that. And of course, there are reasons to change brokerage. There's a reason for you to see what's working or working for you. Let me give an example. When I first started in real estate and I wanted to go full time and really do my best. What I know from my years and years as an entrepreneur, as you guys know, I opened my first business at the age of 18 and a half. And I, as a former athlete, I know I always play better with the best team. With the best team, you grow, improves you, it pushes you. There's power in community. So when I decided to go in real estate, I said, okay, I'm going to interview the top two companies in town. And in my town, Coldwell Banker was the number one. And I went over there, interviewed them, and brought my experience. Of course, in the moment, in that time, actually, they weren't even taking new agents. But I sold myself so much of my power, energy, and drive and I was recommended by another agent that they took me. So that was my first company, Coldwell Banker in the Central Valley. And as you guys know, I sold real estate from south of Sacramento all the way to Modesto. Later, when I became a coach and I took a break and then I went back in real estate, and you guys know the story, I always say, I told myself, okay, I have the skills, the knowledge, the experience, the the strengths, the tactics. Where can I go to buy to help, and with the highest price I can go? Because again, takes the same amount of work pretty much, right? To sell 300,000 and a $3 million home. So I went to Palo Alto. The same mindset. I said, I'm going to interview the top 3 companies. So if you are unhappy, like is a lot of toxic people in your office, a lot of negativity, your broker is not giving you any support. If you have an issue with the contract, nobody's helping you. Nobody is protecting you. You have the company small, no reputation, right, coach? No systems, no marketing, no nothing. Yes, you should move. But if just move because you think it's going to help you or you're bored, it's not a good strategy. What do you think, Coach Ivon?
Exactly. So I would say this, if I'm going to give a short answer of, why did so many agents move? They moved because they thought it would save their business. They moved because they thought I was going to get, more business, more leads, more support. Now, the kicker is how many of those agents were correct in moving? Because like Coach V just said, if you don't have the support, you don't have, all the things that you need, yes, you should move. But if you're just thinking, oh, they're going to give me leads, or I need to go there so I can get more business, then, hey, let's really examine what you should get out of a brokerage and what you want. Because at the end of the day, just like Coach V said, you want a brokerage that supports you, but the business is you. It's not so much your brokerage. Now, these days, Coach, with, technology and all that stuff, different brokerages. Let's talk about the second part of that question, right? Like which one is the best? Because
Yes.
we know the why they move, because they think it's gonna save them.
Boredom, right? They are bored, or they have this idea that the shiny penny, let me change. And they change it so much that hurts the business.
Yeah, and I'll say this, some of the small percentage, the small minority of that, let's just call that chunk of agents that moved this year, a small percentage of them made a good move, right? I'm not getting the support I need. They're offering me something there. I know what I want out of my brokerage and they're offering it. I'm going. But most people are going, hopping brokerage to brokerage thinking it's going to save them. So we know that some people, go ahead, Coach.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we know in the why, some people are doing a legitimate move, but a lot of people are bouncing around looking for that magic pill, looking for that thing when we know it needs to come from inside.
Inside, from your level of skill, structure, systems, and what you're willing to put in terms of time, effort, and energy. Now, there are, like you said, that there's more percentage. Like, remember Lucita? Our client, Lucita Pumphrey? She came and she said, Coach, I like my company, but it's she was such a small company. She didn't even have support the way she
Little
wanted. She had
brokerage.
boutique brokerage. She had friendship. But remember, guys, we're in the business. It's just not about having friends. She liked the broker, but she was not having the support. Plus, there was not enough people even for her to get open houses to do open house. There was no marketing support and availability. So again, for her, she being brand new, she needed exposure. She needed a community. She needed to have people to emulate, to look around. And I said to her, and this is the truth, know this: no broker is going to train you, coach you, teach you like a mentor, like a coach. They're busy and they're broker for a reason. They are managers. They're managing people and managing paper. So I know because I coach brokers, I coach coaches, I coach people at all different levels. So go for a company. Now, nowadays, some companies are providing coaching and training, but it's still go for the company. And now let's talk about, and I'll tell you what I believe is the best brokerage and how you should see that, because that's what I did. Go ahead, coach.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to get into it, which, okay. So now we know why people move, right?
Yes.
Some of them are moving for a good reason. Some of them are looking for someone to save them. Don't be one of those, right?
For boredom.
Now, which one is the best? Coach, I'll give you my 2 cents and you tell me if you agree. Guys, there's a lot of brokerages out there offering a lot of different things, right? And now these days, the big buzzwords all about the tech. What tech are they offering and what systems are they offering, technology? And all of that stuff is great, whether it is, Real or Compass or EXP or Caldwell Banker or Keller Williams. A lot of them have great things to offer. I'll tell you this: look in your local area, which ones are the top performing ones. And even before that, first know what you want out of your brokerage, right? So you can negotiate from a place of power and see, okay, what do they offer? Does that match what I want? Assuming that, let's now look in our area. Which ones are doing the most business? Which ones have the best teams? Which ones have, the best environment, the best culture? Go interview at a couple because,
Exactly.
one brokerage might dominate one city, but that might not be the best culture fit in another city where the sales manager isn't as good or the people there isn't as good. I mean, so really the best one is going to be the best one in your area.
So true. No, you're perfect. You said the right thing. Now let me add to it as someone who had two different companies, right? But you're right. First, what do I want? What fit my idea, right? So I have clients that want the number one in production, I mean volume and AGCI. And then I have a client that I coached not long ago, and she said, Coach, I don't want the big names. I want a small boutique, but relatively success, but has the support and the things that fits my style. So again, what do you want? Because at the end of the day, if you're not happy, it doesn't matter what they offer, right? So what do you want? Now, this is what I see as a top producer who sold a lot of homes, who was in two different companies, two different markets, different areas, completely different. And, with my experience, number one, a company with a great reputation.
Huge.
If you have a bad reputation, you're already in trouble. Number one, great reputation. Number two, support. If you have a problem, who do you run to? And they're going to support you, provide you the knowledge, the expertise, and then they have the attorneys, whatever it is, right? Number three, do they have the marketing support? Listen, my broker, Jerry Abbott, when I started, he supported me. And then as I start growing, I ask him for more. At one point, I had a corner office with two desks for my transaction coordinator and my full transaction coordinator as an employee, because I was already had 20, 30 in escrow at the time. So, and then I had my own office and I had 3 cubicles. So he helped me all that. And of course, if you are top producer, you're going to have offers of other brokers. So what I did, at one point, I was approached by a top company in the whole county. I went because I like to know. I'm a businesswoman. And I had a meeting with the person, and they say, no, Vanda, we know your production, know what you're doing. We want to offer this, that. So I said, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for appreciating me. And instead of just quitting and go to the other office, I went to my broker who, like you said, Coach, it was the number one agency office in town in the area that I serve. And I said, Jerry, I love you very much. You're a great mentor. You're my broker. I like you a lot. He goes, what, kiddo? What do you need? How you used to call me, kiddo. I said, look, now I love you here. I love you. Now I'm a businesswoman. So I want to share with you because I have to take care of my family, my business, and my kids. So I had an offer from this company. They offer me this. Jerry, can you match it? He goes, they offer this. He said, can you give me two later so I can talk to you later? I said, sure. Coach, not only he offered everything, he gave everything that the people give it to me, he gave me more money for marketing. So again, even before you thinking about moving, see what you have and appreciate what you have. And if you need more or you want to renegotiate, go talk to your broker. But here it is again, reputation, right? Support, marketing, location, and then of course, yes, do they have the technology for you? But at the end of the day, you the one who builds the business.
Exactly, right? So, find a place that's a culture fit with good support because you're going to be able to grow there. And you'll notice, everyone, all you wonderful agents watching, that she didn't say pick the one that promises you leads, right? And that's the
Or the
thing.
high split. Or the
And
high split.
and that's the
Right,
thing
go
that
ahead.
and that's the thing that so many agents come to us and try to say, oh, I need to find a brokerage that's going to give me leads. It's going to give me business. Guys, don't rely on your brokerage for business. You want your brokerage to offer you all the things Coach V just said, right? So all the forms of support. You're the business person. You should be generating the business. Yes, it's great if they can offer you some leads. That's fantastic. The biggest thing is going to be the culture, the support, all of that. Right, Coach?
Exactly. And by the way, people who say, I want leads, one of my first coaches, he used to say, the broker's not going to tell you exactly how to sell and how to make money. That's why they are brokers. And he used to say, that's why they're broke. They are salary people. They're not making the 300,000, 500,000 $1 million that you want to make. So that was funny. So again, you're going to have to learn how to lead generate and follow up and then convert and all the stuff, because they don't know that well. And also be very careful to listen to your broker, because if you have someone who never sold a lot of homes, who doesn't understand this market really well, he can actually tell you something that doesn't even work for you. So, listen to your mentors, to your coaches that really know this business inside out, because sometimes a broker can give you some wrong idea. The other thing I want to say is very quickly here is about, so one is leads, right? Giving you leads. The other one is thinking that they're going to make everything easy for you. No, you're going to have to build a business, to build your own personal brand. The company has the brand, but at the end of the day, the consumer, your clients hiring you. After a while, Coach Ivon, my clients, they even know I had a call banker. They thought of Vanda Real Estate, because they saw me everywhere with my brand, with my marketing. So don't just hire because of leads. The other thing is, every time you move, you lose momentum.
That's a
Unless
big
you
one.
lose momentum, unless you know how to move strategically, like we help Lucita. You have to know how to move strategically to make into a celebration and a good thing with your exposure, with your videos, with your new approach to show that it's a move up, because otherwise you can actually be distracted with the move and lose a lot of business, right, Coach?
Yeah, and that's why it's so dangerous when agents fall into this trap of hopping brokerage to brokerage. So,
Yeah.
guys, we answered our first question, right? Why did they all move? A lot of reasons. A lot of them move because they think it's going to save them, and we know that's not necessarily true. You got to save yourself. And then two, what's the best one? It's really going to be dependent on what you want out of the brokerage and your specific area. Go see how they're doing and what they're doing.
Coach,
Let's
can I
move
have
on to
ask one
our
more thing? Very quickly, ask one more thing. Please do me a favor, do your homework. The reason you guys have a lot of pain and suffering is because you guys don't know enough. So before you not only interview the people, but connect to 3 agents in the company and say, hey, Vaughn, can I take you out for coffee for a bit? Or can you talk to me for a bit? It's important. I know someday you might need me. I would love to talk to you for a bit. And then you say, look, can I ask you something? What do you love about your company? And then what do you dislike completely about your company? Go do your homework. Interview agents and hear from them inside what's really going on, because you'll be surprised. You move company and you're going to say, holy smokes, this is worse than the place I was, or the same. What the hell did I move? Right?
Exactly. Exactly. So let's go on to our second
Let's go.
question. The second question, totally different topic, and I think it's a great one. You'll have to excuse the background that the poster chose, but this is from some Facebook group full of agents, and this agent asked this. They said, my client wants to see 2 properties where the seller is not offering buyer agent compensation. How do I handle this? Okay, so we have a buyer's agent and they're helping their client, and the client says, I want to see these homes, and both homes, they're not offering compensation to the buyer. The seller is not offering anything. How should they handle that, Coach V?
Well, I have a lot of questions about this question. First of all, guys and girls, the industry policies and style and way of doing business change. So adapt, adjust, don't fight. And it's a great question, because everybody should know. First of all, the question I would ask this agent is, have you had a really powerful, empowering, and knowledgeable buyer's presentation with your clients, with your buyers, so they know by any chance they get to buy, they go negotiate to buy a home and the seller's not paying commission, would they cover your fee? So number one is, do you have a buyer's agreement? Have you established with your buyer that in case there's no fee, no incentive at all, would they cover your commission? And second, and third, excuse me, and third, if I hope you have done all that, because that's what you need to do to elevate your game now in this market. Also, even if I ask an agent and they say the seller's not going to give anything, I will still make an offer and put my request for the fee in the contract. And by the way,
Right, there's room to negotiate.
there's room to negotiation. By the way, coach, that takes to another conversation that I want to have with you guys sometimes, is when you guys go and you bring an offer and ask 2%, can you please ask your full fee? If you want a 2.5 or 3%, go to 3%, because they can always negotiate you down, but they will not negotiate you up. So
Exactly. I mean, we have a lot of clients that have shared with us that, they're on their listings, they're ready and willing to pay 2.5, and the buyer's agent gives the offer just asking 2, and they go, okay. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm hearing, coach, is this was a problem because this is a conversation and a topic that should have been addressed before we ran into a house where the seller is not offering compensation, right? The fact that this is the first time that they're now having to go, oh, wow, oh, shit, what do I say to my client? That's the issue here. Because the reality is that if you have that good buyer's presentation and you build up your value and everything you're going to bring to the table and how you're going to fight for them and all the things you do and how you're going to negotiate for them and help them, and you let them know that, this is my fee. The most likely scenario is the seller's going to cover it. They do this because, it brings competitive advantage and blah, blah, blah. Now, in the event that that doesn't happen, my fee is this. And that's where they should be handling those objections right after they talk about their value and everything they're going to do, not just randomly going, oh, wow, how do I talk about this now, weeks later when we run into a property that they're not offering a fee.
Exactly. And coach, this is a result of lack of knowledge and lack of skills. Because look at Shalaya, one of our one-on-one clients and VIP clients. She has had many buyers presentation with buyers and a fee, full commission. Look at Jonathan too, full commission since I think he had over 10 already since the change came in August, and he put 3% with the buyers. So again, listen, everyone, listen, I know some of you guys are brand new. Some of you guys are veterans starting over, and some of you guys are just doing well and want to elevate your game to the next level. Congratulations. Now, listen, conversion comes from skills, and skills will elevate your confidence, your certainty, your conviction. You show up different when you know how to build trust. And I did a reel the other day, Coach Ivon, asking everybody if I had a magic wand, I would transform you guys in amazing trust creators, because that's what the people want. If they trust you, you know what it takes. You have the skills, you have the market knowledge, you're going to fight for them, you're going to protect them and help them to buy the best house for the best price, the best location. They okay, most of them are okay to pay you like any doctor, like any plastic surgeon, like
Right.
any knee
People
surgeon.
understand that businesses
Yeah.
cost money, right? We're in a learning phase because the way that money changes hands changed, but people understand that you're not going to work for free. They don't expect you to work for free as long as you create the right expectation. Because if you don't set the expectation and you don't bring up fees and you just assume that no matter what is going to happen, the seller will cover it and you're not going to have to worry about it, and you don't even bring it up, they might think in their head everything's covered. So then when you come later and say, hey, actually on this house, if you want this house, you got to pay me, and you've never talked about it before and you never brought it up before, now you look bad, right?
You
Now
look
now
bad.
their expectations aren't met. So coach, this agent, okay, let's assume they didn't have the conversation already, right? They didn't establish that if it's not offered by the seller, you're going to cover it, but it's worth it because this is all I do for you. They didn't establish that beforehand. Now they're in the situation where they want to see these homes. What should they do to finish out the call? Let's give them, what should they do? Should they just
Yeah.
say, all right, let's go see the home and not address it? Should they say, let's meet and talk about it? What should they do?
That's so cute. You're already leading me. It's true. So two step here. Number one is reset expectation with your buyers. Go do, because of evidently, the story is telling a story. Evidently, you didn't prepare your buyers, educate, prepare them for how it works now. So set an appointment with your buyers where you do your proper amazing, like we do a beautiful buyers presentation where you show up your value and ask for them for the fee after you command a lot of value and trust. And then, of course, call the agents again and prepare them that you're going to bring an offer. And if your offer is compelling, it's important. I mean, if your offer is important, it's compelling and strategic, and you know how to write it really well, you can negotiate with the seller. And by the way, guys and girls, look, we heard and we know, study shows actually, that 90% or so of the agents fail in the first 3 years. I was here during the Thanksgiving meeting with my family. Someone asked me, why the agents fail so much? Yeah, it's they're going to sell real estate without skills, sales skills. They don't understand how to negotiate. They don't understand how to build value and trust. And they don't have the structures, systems, and the guidance. A lot of business immaturity, so a lot of people fail. But you don't have to fail. I want you to remember this. Preparedness Preparation is 95% of execution. A lot of you guys are running around in pain, highly stressed, anxiety mode because you don't set expectation. You have no planning, no strategy. It's just winging all the way. Ignorance is expensive and costly, right, Coach Ivon?
Exactly. And guys, if you're liking this, if this is helping you and giving you some strategies and tactics to use in your business, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss another one, because we're always doing these and always bringing value. And of course, share it with someone you think can use it. So, Coach, kind of to wrap things up here. So we know that they need to reset their expectations. We know that, this is a conversation that should have happened. Anything else you want to add for this agent? Any last piece of advice before we close out today?
Upgrade your mindset, your skills, and everything's going to get better. Look at this business as a business, not a hobby. So find out, okay, what do I need? There's a lesson here. What do I need to learn right now to become an amazing buyer's agent in this market? Yeah, become a master of the buyer's presentation, become a master of handling objection with the buyer, understanding that, yes, from now on, the buyer pays the commission in case the seller's not paying, and explaining. So we have to become better communicator, triple down the communication. We gotta become better educator, right? Educator, communicator, and prepare and value creator. Because at the end of the day, the expert, specialist are getting full commission. One of my clients, I told him, we were talking about that. He said, Coach, all my buyers said, no problem. I have no problem paying your fee. I know you're worth it. See, wouldn't it be nice to have that kind of feedback and result from your database because you're worth it? So don't worry about anyone or anything. Just become so amazing, so freaking powerful that you are irreplaceable, unforgettable, and irresistible. That's the mindset, right?
There you go. I don't think we could close on a better note than that. So, guys, thank you for sticking around for another episode of Ask Coach V. We have so much fun doing these. Post your questions, your comments in the comment section below. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want us to talk about. We'll be doing another one soon.
Very, very, very well. So yeah, share here what you like about your brokerage and why would you move. Share with us. We are here to serve. We love what we do, right, Coach?
Exactly.
Thank you so much. So have a good day. Go do your magic. Go provide value. Go help a lot of people. And we see you soon. Love you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.